Welcome back to the Cavecast, everybody, the uncensored show for nerds of all kinds. And this week, we have the absolute pleasure of not just talking with one YouTuber, but two YouTubers, 4 people in the conversation. It's never happened like this on the Cavecast. So, the first guest is a man that I was aware of a while back and has recently come back through some crazy life experiences that have brought us to this moment. And he is a man called Exploring with Angelo. He's a man that also has close to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube and has explored everything from the Conjuring house to the Japanese forest to just, you know, being in Quebec. Yeah, it was incredible just to see like how far you've taken that, man. But Angelo is here with us tonight, and as well, back on the podcast again is Mr. BrentTV. And now, Brent, you can't see it, but we actually have 2 Spongebob Popsicles right now that are unopened, and we are going to open them on the show to see what we can get. So we fought over these to see which one we wanted. So, all right, Eric, you want to go first?
Yep. Oh, God.
How's it look? Oh, damn. That is so close. Put that up to the camera. That way they can see it. There you go.
I'm predicting it was the eyes that went wrong.
Basically, yeah. They're almost like just too far apart. It kind of looks like Sid the Sloth.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right. Go ahead, Kyle.
All right. Whoa. I expected that to be a lot worse, but
I did too.
Welcome back to another day of trying to find a perfect SpongeBob Popsicle. Today,
That's
Kyle
crazy.
and Eric both got 2 of the last SpongeBob Popsicles left in existence. Oh no! Number 1.
All right,
Eric's going to stick these back in the freezer. We're going to eat them later, but we wanted to do an opening to see what we could find. They're not perfect, but I got to say they tried their best, so they did as well as they could. So, but regardless, while he's taking care of that and just getting those guys that way they don't melt, we're going to preserve them. That way we can get pictures and all that stuff. But first and foremost, just one at a time. Like, how you guys doing? Like, how's everything going?
I'm peachy tonight. I'm kind of tired. It's been a long day.
Mm-hmm.
These days have been long.
What makes them so long?
I don't know, waking up every single day and then just like, I don't know, it's like wake up, have an idea, film it, edit it every day, and then it's like bedtime. Like, I don't know, it's just like
yeah,
sure. Now, how quickly do you put out a video? I forgot to ask that the last time. Like when you record something, how quickly is it up? Do you wait the next day? Is it that day?
Oh, it's usually same day unless I'm going on a trip and I pre-record.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
Like today I woke up and I had a plan, and like my plan was, I don't know if you saw those Among Us mystery figures I did.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Those
were
like really, really popular thing. And of course, after I made a video about it, but did really well. And they sold out in stores everywhere. And I'm like, oh my God, like, come on, like this worked. And I want to do it. Same with SpongeBob Popsicles. They're good. They get views. But then like they're sold out everywhere. We're like, why don't you do it anymore? And I'm like, they're sold out. I called 10 gas stations yesterday in a 20-mile radius. They're sold out.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
Damn.
So like the toy company that manufactures the Among Us characters are sending me a crate of them.
Oh,
I said,
wow.
listen, they reached out. They're like, we can send you a couple. I said, no, send me a crate of them. I'm giving you free promotion. So
yeah, seriously,
they get them on a flight overseas to me. And basically I had them come to my P.O. box, but they delivered them at 7 o'clock at night when the post office is closed. I got an email. It's like, we missed you. It was closed. And then they tried doing it again today, and it's like, we missed you. It was closed. I'm like, so don't they think, maybe we should go earlier? So like today I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So today I filmed me like calling in sick to places I don't work at.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, you were actually while I was vacuuming, I was watching that, and I was like, dude, this is so great. It was like old school. It was great.
It's like a flashback to like my first video I ever did on BrentTV, and it's like I show a clip of me and I look like really skinny and I'm like nervous. And it's kind of funny. People are like, "Oh my God, what happened to him?" And I'm like, SpongeBob Popsicles.
SpongeBob
like,
Popsicles.
yeah, usually,
Yeah.
my schedule usually goes, I wake up around 8 or 9. Then I go to breakfast at some diner. That's my favorite thing to do is go to diners.
Nice.
Get home, and then I film around noon. Then I edit usually from like 1 to 4, and then I export and then do the thumbnail I do the thumbnail in Photoshop for like 30 minutes. I like the thumbnail. Thumbnails are fun. But I usually get everything up by like 5, no later than 6 every day.
Okay.
So,
That's awesome, man. And the fact that you've been able to
I
keep
spend a
that
full
consistency
day,
is awesome.
A full day doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like when I know like Angelo's better with like he keeps backlog and he like takes videos from private to public when he's ready, which is smart. But I get too excited and I'm like, oh, I have a beautiful video.
Yeah.
There's children out there that would love to see this. I'll just put it out now.
Angelo, I think I can say 100% that you are probably the most patient out of all 4 of us, because I know that like the second that I get a video done, I want to post it. Like it's just like it's like
so
I want
yeah.
to do it.
So speaking of Angelo, like what about you? Like how long does a typical video for you take to do and put together? I mean, I know that you do travel and stuff. So what is a typical video like for you then?
Well, it depends on the video. I mean, sometimes you find places that are relatively local. Other times you find places that you got to drive 20 hours to get to them.
Right.
So, for example, I recently did The Conjuring House. I was in Florida at the time. The Conjuring House is in Providence, Rhode Island, all the way out east. So the date had been scheduled for 2 days after we were leaving. So we're like, okay, we got to work it out that we can do this drive as quickly as possible and get there. So we did the long ass drive. On the second day, it was like a 12-hour drive. Got there at like 1:30 in the morning, filmed until about 6 o'clock in the morning.
Damn.
Then we went to, and then the editing process starts after that. That can be, if it's a straightforward video, it could maybe take an hour, 2 hours. Or if it's not a straightforward video, there's a lot of B-roll, a lot of things to add in.
Okay.
Like documentary process is part of it sometimes, where you got to do voiceovers and find certain videos from other places to incorporate into your video. It could take 10 to 20. I've had a video take me almost 30 to 40 hours once.
Wow.
So,
wow, man.
So it's definitely a little more entailed than stuff that Brent and Kyle and I do. So this is that's a major process.
And also too, I mean, like same thing. Like I have the same like thought of it like with both of you, is that like Brent, like you consistently pump out content every day. And Angelo, it's like, dude, like even like what Brent said is that you have stuff backlogged. Like you are so does that mean like, are you like, is this like a consistent thing, or has it just been consistent for a while and maybe you're like on a break or something, or like, how does that work for you?
Yeah. Well, what we tend to do is we find pockets of time throughout like a month where we'll go on the road consistently for like maybe 2 to 3 weeks. So in those 2 to 3 weeks, I will film 20, 25, 30 videos sometimes. It all depends. Sometimes you get, sometimes you don't, right? It's abandoned places. Sometimes you don't always get into these places at the end of the day. So it all depends, right? So I got a lot of footage right now banked up. But at some point then I'll have to schedule like a whole bunch of places that I want to do. So for example, next week we're going to be doing upstate New York. So me and a friend of mine, Chizza Chad, we're going to be basically just hitting up asylum after asylum, plus some hospitals and some haunted houses and whatever. Yeah. So I mean, it's because you don't want to go and do one thing that's 8 hours of the way when you can do 8 things that are all kind of in a row. If you plan it out properly, for sure, optimize your time, be more efficient that way, right? So
that's
absolutely
smart. That's really smart.
And then you can sit there for a week or two editing, and then have 3 or 4 videos pre-edited, and then you could start on the next series while you're uploading those, and you can kind of take your time, and you don't have to stress yourself out and put so much pressure on yourself. Plus, keep in mind, I also do a lot of vlogging, so I'll upload 2, 3, 4 videos just on the vlog channel as well, just of the day-to-day routine. Those are a lot simpler usually to edit, just because it's kind of behind the scenes, just kind of having fun.
One of his vlogs was back when I had COVID. I think I brought this up in my last one. I don't know. I had COVID. Shocker. Oh my gosh. But I was stuck inside, and for those the 11 days that I was told to stay inside, which I did, locked in my room, the only thing I did was make videos about popsicles. That's all I could do. I couldn't leave my house. People are like, where are the arcade videos? I'm like, I can't right now. There's a vlog where Angelo literally delivered popsicles to my house. And he puts them on the driveway, walks 10 feet back, and I walk out with a mask on and pick them up, and the whole video is dedicated to like bringing me popsicles. It actually did well. It did.
That's awesome. Dude, that's so cool.
20,000 views.
Yeah, it did well, but it's just so random.
Just bringing you random pop. He literally messages me, and I'm like probably 30 minutes away at the time, and he's like,
"I paid you, right?"
Yeah, you paid for it. I know.
Yeah.
He messages me, and he's like, "Can you go get me some SpongeBob popsicles?" I'm like, "I guess I got nothing better to do, right?"
Back when they were in stores. You can't find them anywhere.
Dude, they're all over here.
Yeah, it's actually, there's been a few times, actually, even today when I went to our local Family Dollar, I found a few of the mining kits and stuff that I'm pretty sure it's the same stuff that you've been doing. And I was like, whoa, I'm like, I never noticed these before.
Family Dollar.
Family Dollar?
Is that the gold ones at Family Dollar? Yeah.
Okay, then that's it. That's
Well,
crazy.
when I come to Ohio, we're doing a SpongeBob popsicle opening.
Well,
I can't find
100%.
Well, they're right. Like, there's the one, the gas station down here.
Mm-hmm.
It's full. And then I was in where I work around that area, and there was the gas station there, and it was full. And when I bought those two, the girl behind the desk was like, "Don't worry, I won't tell anybody." And I was like, "Well, no." I was like, "You ever heard of BrentTV?" And she's like, "The popsicle dude." I was like, "Yeah, dude." I was like, I want to open one of these with him. Like, so
yeah.
She was like, "All right." She's like, "That's cool." So yeah, she even knew who you were.
How old was she?
Probably 25.
Okay, well, dude, I got recognized by the ice cream truck the other day.
I did see that. Yeah,
that is so cool.
And I talked to them, and I'm like, "Oh, it would be wonderful if I could, like, do a ride along with you." And they were like, "Yeah, like that'd be great." So I went straight online, and I got this like whole outfit ready. And I'll send you a picture right now that you can.
Please do. Yeah, please do.
Dude, I'm so ready. So I'm still in the works of planning it, but it's going to be a YouTube video fully dedicated because from the age until I was 8, I told the doctor every year I wanted to be an ice cream man. So this will be such a great video, riding with an ice cream truck. I've got this entire look ready. I'm so pumped for it. I just sent you a picture, Kyle. You're the first to see it. I didn't show anyone this.
All right, here we go.
So don't even show the cameras.
Nope. We will let this be for our eyes.
Sucks to be you guys.
Oh my God. Dude.
Isn't it great?
It is brilliant.
Oh my God.
It's dude, it's the way. I'm not going to give anything away. I'll let your channel be like the first time it's shown, but the way that just the entire thing comes together is brilliant, dude. That's awesome. Well done, man.
First of all, spot on. Second of all, it looks great.
It's incredible. Like I can't knock it. Like it looks great.
For the bow tie, that's just a plaid one. I'm gonna get a bright red one, not that matches that. I just did put that together because I'm like, oh my God, and I might even shave the bottom half just to have a retro mustache to play the part.
Oh
I think
man,
I told the ice cream truck because they were like, oh yeah, you can ride with us, blah blah. I told them to send me an email because I want to tell them I'll pay for everyone that day, whether they know me or not, because I feel like that would be cool. Like, oh, like I paid for everyone.
Dude,
I don't care who they are, but I feel like that'd be nice to just be like, guess what? Everything, free. I just don't want people being like, hey, everyone, free ice cream, and then a big crowd.
Yeah, and then it'd be done in 20 minutes. Right,
and you want to pray to the ad revenue gods, like, please bless this video.
Yeah, I think that honestly that would do a very good job, man. That's just the fact that you get to just take like every kid's just love and just like, the thing that we looked for, like, when we were like on the streets on a hot summer day. Like, I'm not kidding. The other night I was actually outside and I heard in the distance a jingle.
Yeah, bro.
And I was like, oh my God. Wait, what?
He came by the house a couple weeks ago. I got the girls an ice cream.
Oh, dude, every time he's come by, I've not had cash, and I'm like, oh God.
He takes card, bro. What do you mean?
Most ice cream trucks take cards now, and Apple Pay. And
I'm like the old dude right now.
Yeah, because that's what I said.
I know, they're like, we don't. Oh, don't worry, we take Bitcoin.
We take Bitcoin. Oh my God.
It's like, oh, you got a little bit of meth? We'll take the meth. Here's your popsicle.
Oh my God. That's just, dude, this is.
I mean, have you ever seen? I mean, the ice cream truck drivers I met were really cool, but back when I was a kid, there were some creepy ice cream. They'd be like, "Oh, what you want, boy? You want SpongeBob? Yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah." And I'd be like, I'm like, you're driving an ice cream truck. You look like you just got out of prison for like taking children or something.
He's got the skullet going with the bald head with the mullet.
Hey, no. Ready? Here you go. Big jeans with a tight belt. And a wife beater, nasty facial hair. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Yeah.
Which ends one?
Oh
but
God.
The ice cream truck, the one in my video, it's so clean and like I'm like, oh my God, I'd ride with you. If it was like a scary serial killer, I don't think I'd have the guts to say, can I ride around with you?
The art is what's necessary, Brent.
What do you want, buddy? You want a popsicle? Yeah, I'll get you one. Let me just finish my cigarette.
No, he wouldn't even finish it. He would just hand it to you with the cigarette hand.
An ash on your hand.
He puts the cigarette out in your ice cream. Yes. Well, buddy, we're all out of those. You just want a Tic Tac?
Oh my God. Oh God, dude, that is going to be an absolute trip. I cannot wait to see when that finally like hits and like when everything works out. And honestly, I think that you need to make a character out of that, like in some way. Like it doesn't have to be soon.
Oh my God, I was joking around. I was dressed up last night and I'm like, hello, little boy, 1 scoop or 2 scoops? Actually, I'll give you 3 for the price of 3.
Or for the price of 4.
Like, I'm picturing like Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder, the like candy shop man. When you go in, he has the ladder. He's all happy, and I don't know. I'm just thinking of all this.
Oh God, I will personally help you make this a thing. I will personally help.
It's the Gregory Benson of ice cream.
It's seriously, like it is. It's the whole other next evolution of what Brent Television is going to become, dude. I think it's going to be great, man. So it's like you're going to have so much material.
Stuff that's like out of the ordinary.
Yeah, right. It's just.
Could you imagine
my God.
me buying my own ice cream truck and just dedicating it to SpongeBob Popsicles? That's all you. Like not a white ice cream truck, a bright yellow ice cream truck with every side it has a SpongeBob Popsicle.
How do we petition this to make this happen?
It's the internet. We can do whatever we want.
Dude, literally. So the ice cream truck, the driver, it's a husband and wife. He said, "Dude, you have made us so much money." He said that to me. He said, "You've made us so much money. We couldn't be more thankful." Yep. So this is the thing. Wow. Think of the mentality. Okay, ready? So kids run out thinking, oh, well, they might have SpongeBob Popsicles. If they don't, they're still going to get something.
Correct.
You know? So he told me, like, you've made us so much money. And I'm like, oh, well, let me ride with you. I'd happily take a ride with you. Like,
dude,
this is Brent. This is incredible. Angelo, I'm definitely going to get to you on some things. Don't worry.
I feel bad.
But Brent, like this is incredible. You have done nothing but just excel in every way.
I'm an ice cream boy.
No, seriously, like it's you know what, like absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way. Like it's great, man.
Look at what you've done, and you've made the ice cream man around probably all over a lot of money because of that. There's all these kids and stuff that want to find this perfect SpongeBob. Look at me, I'm 38 years old almost. I wanted to find one.
Right.
It's like, I don't know. It's like those are two people trying to live too. You know what I mean? Like these are people. It's like ride around, and it sounds stupid because like most kids, I'm not lying. Like most kids sit inside. Like they don't. A lot of, not everyone, but there's like when I was a kid. That sounds so crazy. When I was a kid, but like we'd play outside. Like on your range, you could play a Wii or whatever. But like we would play outside. I don't see children outside playing anymore.
Now you got Fortnite and COVID.
Oh my
God! Correct.
Brother Angelo is correct. Yes.
I don't know. I'm trying to do things that like that sounds so stupid, but like things kind of I looked forward to as a child. I looked forward to hearing that song and running outside and grabbing change. Another thing, like I started my P.O. box. I got 43 letters out of it yesterday. Today, there were 35 letters out of it today. Like, and that's not me like, doesn't be like, oh, look at my letters.
No.
In one way, I'm like, oh my God, this is really cool. But think of how many kids this is their first letter they ever wrote.
Yeah.
I saw the one that the kid drew you.
What 7-year-old's writing a letter? This might be their first time sitting with their parents saying, "Hey, Mom, I want to write a letter." And they're probably like, "Oh my God, Jimmy wants to write a letter. He'll be paying our bills." Like, I don't know. It's like there's things like I wrote letters to my favorite YouTubers, like when I was a kid, and it was just a really exciting thing just to sit there and be like, "Oh, they're gonna read this." I mean, I'm so behind on mail. I'll read it at some point. I read like 3 to 4 in each video, but I don't know. I'm trying to like get people away from their phones, and they're like, that sounds so stupid because they have to sit on their phone or their computer to see this.
Right.
But
I get it though.
Like, oh, it gives them time to take a break from their phone and write a letter and mail it and go out and like put it in the post office or sit there. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of a nostalgic person in a way. That makes sense. Like, I just like, don't get me wrong. I like technology. I like where we are because I couldn't be where I am without like all of this.
Yeah,
but
absolutely correct.
Time,
yeah.
I do think too much technology is very unhealthy.
Correct.
And it takes you out of reality. Like people are in these social media. Like I feel like days, like I was telling like, oh my God, my one friend, I texted her yesterday. I'm like, I feel like I'm in a social media mindset and I miss my friends. Like I miss like talking, hey, how was your day? Rather than, oh, let me see what my views were. Like you need real life.
Yeah.
You need to see people. Yeah, you got to spend time doing, this, especially if it's your job. Like, you got to do it because, especially if you enjoy it. Like, I don't have a problem doing that, but you got to find time for your friends and your family because it's just as important as, oh my God, wake up every day, film, edit, video up, go to bed, wake up, film, video. Like,
your days just start blurring together.
Now it's 6 o'clock and then I have my nights free to do stuff. Like Angelo just got back to Pittsburgh today. He's like, hey, I'm back. And I'm like, okay, come over. We'll watch Titanic later. So I'm like, oh my God, I miss people. Like, I want to see people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. That's a big deal is having that interaction.
Speaking of that I guess I don't, unless he doesn't want this to be known, is Angelo from Pittsburgh?
No, I'm actually from Canada.
Oh,
wow.
I thought I heard that in the one video, but
a topic you should talk about is like how we even became friends. And
well,
how cool
that's definitely something I want to know, like for sure, because I want to know how this crazy road on everything just started. Like with just leading to.
Then let's hear it
tunnel,
because
so.
I do remember now hearing that, but I thought maybe he lived there now or something. But
I live in Toronto, well, close to Toronto.
Okay.
So I actually traveled here on May 3rd, and I shipped my car across the border because the land border is still closed. So I couldn't cross the land border, but I could fly in. So I had to take 3 flights for what would normally be like an hour-and-a-half drive into Buffalo. Had a friend of mine get a tow truck driver to ship the car across the border because that's what he usually does. And I've been here ever since. I'll be going back home next week for a little while, and then we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, I've been here for 3 months now.
Wow.
Pretty much.
So is traveling is
go from 7K subscribers to over 1 million since his time here.
So the funny story is that the day I got to the airport in Toronto before I flew here, Brent messages me and he goes, I just tested positive. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we were planning on hanging out December, right? So we were planning on hanging out.
No, it was a while, and we planned this big thing. He was coming here, and I'm like, oh my God! So he's like in the airport, and I messaged him, and this is like a day before or something. He's getting ready to leave. I said, hey, I don't feel well. Feel really weird. I said, I don't think it's COVID, but I'm going to get tested just to be safe. He's like, you're fine. Don't worry. You're probably fine. So I get tested, and then 7 a.m. the next day, I get a email. It's like, you are positive. And I'm sitting there. Oh my God. Like, we are literally like, vaccines are coming out. And here I am. I'm like, and keep in mind, so I got my first shot and then I got COVID. And then I'm like, oh my God. Like, so I took it seriously because I'm like, okay, well, I'll stay inside, whatever. Like, I'm not going to go out there and just be like, okay, whatever, I have it. But I stayed inside for 11 days, and those 11 days, I mean, being an extrovert and having COVID, oh my God. Like, I sat in my freaking little room and just stared at the ceiling fan. I counted how many times it spun around because I was that bored. Like, oh my God.
Damn.
And my head is, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to film? And then poor Angelo's here like, I'm here now. And I'm just living. He's just chilling in Pittsburgh for like 2 weeks as I'm inside.
Yeah.
Man.
I was a little crazy too because, well, I mean, I was still hanging out with like Matt and stuff, but
yeah, my arcade friend I mentioned.
But yeah, it was like we were just like a countdown until you were free.
Yeah, so I had to stay inside. I believe it was 9 days. And I had like a whiteboard calendar in my room, and I had to stay inside for 9 days because they moved it from 14 to 11 to like 9. So I spelled out on my calendar in my room, quarantine, because nine letters.
Oh my God.
So I crossed off each letter, and I'm like, oh my God, I only have 10 left. And it was like my last day, and I just felt like, oh my God, I felt so alive. And then I went out. We went to Dave & Buster's. We went out to eat. Like, oh my God.
And then we did a road trip.
Yeah, we went to Philly. I'm sure you saw some of the Philly videos.
Which we saw, actually, that was the one that I have not gotten to see yet. I did see the thumbnail because at first I was like, oh, Angelo was on Brent's channel. And then I was like, oh, no, Angelo went with him. I was like, okay, got it. I didn't know how it went.
I did a bunch of TikToks there. Because dude, the thing is I wasn't doing YouTube. Like, Angelo's the one that he's been telling me, he's like, you got to start longer videos. You got to start longer videos. This is back at like 5,000 subscribers. We're talking 2 months ago. I was at like 5,000 subscribers. Like 2 months ago.
It's ridiculous,
like,
man.
You got to do longer. And I'm like, I don't want blah 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 excuses, blah blah blah. So I started doing the short thing. Those took off, and here we are. I hit 1.3 yesterday.
Congratulations, man,
dude! And actually, we had actually a really surreal moment when we were watching the tunnel video where it was like Angelo was like, "Yeah, like currently right now, Brent's got 2,000 subscribers," and Eric just looked at the video and he's like, "When was this posted?" And we clicked up and it said a year ago, and it was just like, "What?" Like, dude, it's insane.
Like 1,000.
Yeah, I probably had like 4,000 myself at the time. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Also, so your channel's even grown exponentially too.
Yeah. So that's the funny story about Pittsburgh. So Brent and I had been friends, like online friends, for like a year before that.
I mean, I'm online friends with Kyle.
And at the time, this was like literally just before the pandemic. This was in February, and Brent had been begging me to come to Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh is literally a 5-hour drive max from my house. So I'm like, all right, I'll make you a deal. I'm waiting on some money. If this check comes, I was like flat broke at the time. If this check comes, it's 700 Canadian dollars. I can afford a 3-day trip to Pittsburgh. The check came literally on the Thursday, and I sent him a picture. I'm like, I got the check. I'm on my way.
Yeah, like literally. It was
following day.
He was like, if it gets here by Friday, I'll come. And I'm like, oh, come on, fun. He sends me a picture. It was just of a check. Yeah. And then he came up, and at the time I was living at college still.
Okay.
Look at when he first came to Pittsburgh. I don't expect you guys to, but it was just so fun and so natural. Like when I meet people that I've been talking, like anytime I meet people that I've been talking to, like creators or whatever, it's not like a lot of people ask me, they're like, is it awkward meeting them the first time? And I'm like, no,
probably not.
Like if you're talking to people like Kyle and Eric, when I meet you two, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God. Oh,
yeah.
Like it's probably going to be very natural. Like it's not a first.
Be a normal human
being. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think a lot. I think a lot of people they compare meeting like online friends to an online date in a way.
I think
it's like,
so.
Well, no,
I could see that.
I mean, but I don't know.
They're friends prior to meeting in real life, and like Angelo and I are probably talking for a year around. And then we met, and it was like normal. Like, I remember I approached him. He parked at the police station. I walked up, and he's like, "Hey." I'm like, "Hey." And then I'm like, "Want to come to my door?"
That's not weird. No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome.
Hey, can I walk you home? Hey, can I walk you home? Like, no, that's great, man. That's awesome.
So.
So that's the reason why we're at a police station. It was just a spot to park.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, so with you guys like doing this stuff is now Brent, we were watching the one with you and Angelo earlier, and I know that you had said that this was like, your first time kind of going on one of these things. And I wondered, is that something? Yeah. Is that something that you like are going to do more of?
Yeah, I did.
If you think that one was bad, if you thought he was terrified that time, there was one we did.
Philly.
It was Gone Wrong, something at a farm school or something like that. I'll find the video and I'll send you the link afterwards.
Absolutely.
It was an actual abandoned place. There was a bunch of buildings inside, and we were just having weird stuff.
Horrifying.
And Brent was literally, for lack of a better word, shitting his pants the entire time. And I'm trying to calm him down.
Yeah, like,
and he's like, be here.
Yeah.
I don't be here. I'm nervous.
Like we were in Philly, and then he's like, hey, I really want to, because like as he said earlier, he takes advantage of like anywhere you go. Like, oh, well, we're in Philly. Yeah, we can have fun here. But, we drive to this small town, and then we pull up to this like no trespassing gate, and there's some dude sitting there in a truck with his lights on that was freaking me out. I'm like, oh my God, like I don't need to be held like a trespass fine. We go into the middle of the woods, and there's like all of these buildings. Like it was like reformatory school.
It was a farm school, and they use it as it was sort of like a reformatory
for girls.
Basically, a juvenile detention center for girls.
And there was a gym. There was all these dorms. There was dude. And it's not like I was not faking how I was acting. I was genuinely terrified. Stuff like that really freaks me out. I mean, I was in a tunnel, and I was.
Keep in mind, it was like 1 o'clock in the.
Yeah, we literally had a full day, and then we're like in the middle of nowhere, and it's my first time going to like a location. Like we were in a tunnel, and we were literally climbing up these fire escape stairs going into these buildings, and I'm like, I don't.
I mean, sometimes you got to look for openings, right? So these buildings in particular were like pretty tall. The only doors that were open, you had to go up these sketchy, rickety fire escape ladders.
Hell yeah.
And so I would go up first. Brett would wait down below. I'd be like, okay, there's an opening over here. Come on up. I'm like, you can wait outside if you want. He's like, I'm not fucking waiting up by myself.
It's like, seriously, I don't want to be here alone when the walls start to bleed. No, it's like
he told me at one point, he's like, he walked through all these like thorns and stuff. He's like, I'll be right back. And I waited there for 10 minutes. Like 10 minutes, I started to panic. And I like, remember that? You were in the front of the building. And I like ran over to you, and you're like, hey. And I'm like, hey. Like, dude, it was just pitch black woods, and you'd be walking, and he's got this amazing light for his camera, and you turn, and there'd be like a giant white dorm. It looked like giant houses, and you'd be like, oh my God, there's another building. And I'd like pray to God in my head. I'm like, please don't say you want to go in there. He'd be like, let's check it out. I'm like, no.
And like, I gotta get content.
Yeah,
like
he'd be checking to see if doors were open. In my head, I'm like, please don't unlock it. Please don't be unlocked. And then he climbs up these fire escape stairs. He's like, oh, there's an opening. And I'm like, yay!
Yay!
That's great.
We get to go in. There's like this giant gymnasium, and you should see it, dude. It is a wreck. Like, it's creepy. Oh my God, in the chapel, we climbed through the basement chapel window, and the whole time I literally had to change my diaper. There was a turd in my pants the whole time. And Andrew's like, oh, you think this is bad? I'm like, yeah, from tunnel to this. Like, you're getting in the middle of the woods in Philly. Like, oh my God,
it wasn't an asylum. At least it was just a juvenile.
Oh my God, Kyle.
Oh God, no, I could.
More people, like if like Kyle and Eric were there and we had 4, and I could be like in the middle. The thing that I don't like is like one's in the front, one's in the back. It's not like, oh, you can be in the middle. Like, I like the middle spot where you have someone behind you.
Oh, I'd be with Angelo. You two would be in the back.
Yeah, you and I, him and Angelo would probably be the two that would like go in like trying to piss everything off to get some. Like, and me and Brent are just like, wow, this is scary.
Speaking of real quick, can I talk about how irritating I watched? It was watching your guys' friend Gabe destroy his retro Jordans walking up that salt pit. Pissed me off so bad.
Gabe is a nut. Oh my God.
But no, so okay, go ahead.
Like, he's military police.
Oh,
like right now he's in Louisiana. He's like the biggest goofball I've ever met.
Yeah, well, he was destroying those shoes, and I almost shed a tear.
Yeah, he doesn't get Gabe, dude. He's not.
Well, if he doesn't care, he can send them my way.
Right.
So, Angelo, real quick, we actually did an episode about it, and I'm curious now. Maybe I didn't see it or not because I am still very new to watching your channel. I really want to go to the catacombs, the Paris catacombs. That's kind of like a new like bucket list. Is that something you've ever done and or will do?
I've never done it, but I know people personally who have. It's kind of complicated, but you would definitely have to hook up. I mean, I could probably get a contact for you if you ever wanted to do it. I do want to do it myself. But there's a specific way that you can go into it, but it's pretty secretive. It's not very well known, because obviously everybody would be doing it if it was well known.
Yeah.
You would have to know somebody probably from there who knows where the entrance is, knows where to go when you go through there, because you can get lost. And keep in mind, there's also a lot of, because it's kind of like a whole underground world down there. Like people hang out down there for like hours, like, you know, drinking, doing drugs, and you don't know who you're going to run into. So you definitely don't want to go alone. But yeah, it is definitely something I would do. I haven't had a chance to yet.
Okay. Well, maybe that's something that, that is actually a bucket list now of mine. And, if that is something that we could maybe even both do together at some point in time down the road, I think that would be awesome.
That'd be incredible.
Because I would really like to. Kyle stated his feelings on if he would ever do it, and he would, but he would only go so far in with me. So I don't.
BrentTV's with ya.
Dude, I have this claustrophobia thing, and even like just it's like being like under the earth and like just. It's I don't know, man.
Walls aren't gonna come in, bro.
We don't know that.
We do know that.
we don't know that. Something could happen. There could be an earthquake, and that's the one time we all die. No, so that's just where my mind goes, dude. Like it's like I have such a phobia of it, and it actually and I'm curious, Angelo. This is actually something I wanted to know about you, but kind of just to lead into it is watching your channel really gave me vibes of like scariest places on earth, real ghost stories, things like that. Like getting to watch,
especially when you were at the Conjuring house.
Yeah, like it's like getting to watch, like, you know, like Linda Blair like host every episode of like, you know, tonight we're gonna take you to the Chillingham Castle, and it's like, you know, this is where all this stuff has happened. So it's like very much like it gave me those vibes, and I'm very curious, like, because I know like that's where my kind of interest in like watching paranormal shows like kind of started for me. I was like 9 or something, but what kicked you off into wanting to do this Exploring with Angelo thing? Like take us to the roots of it, man. How did it start?
I don't know. I've always just been interested in the paranormal. It's just always been a curiosity of mine. I've always talked about it with a lot of my friends who've experienced a lot of stuff. I have a friend who is very into Wicca, so she taught me a lot of interesting stuff.
Okay.
As well, I've always been into traveling. Just love traveling. My goal in life is to literally see the whole world. And but yeah, so I don't know. I just saw other people doing it, and I'm like, why wouldn't it be something that I could do as well, and kind of put my own little spin on it? And as you start doing it, you kind of learn, you know, about what a lot of other people do. And then you kind of get your own ideas, and you do your own little thing, I guess. Right.
Yeah.
But what motivates me really is just the whole aspect of being able to, I guess, get paid to travel sort of thing. And also, you know, when you're doing it, you're filming, you're not actually alone. You have, the moment 48,000 people watching your videos who are basically coming along with you at the same time. And one motivating factor too is that a lot of people, I find from my comments, you know, they explain a little bit about their story, tell me a little bit about themselves, and they say, you know, I'm disabled and I would absolutely love to do what you do, but because of my disability, I cannot, whether it's physical or whatever.
Wow.
So cool for them to like thank me and be like, it's amazing that I get to go along on your adventure without actually either.
Yeah.
That's really
that's
awesome.
A big deal, man. That's incredible. I never thought of it like that.
They're living through him. Like they're living like that's really awesome. When you think of something like that, to where I would have never even thought about that until he brought that up about somebody that's disabled not being able to go and do something like that, of that nature. Like that is That's incredible, man.
Those people get to beautifully vicariously live through you. And it's like, it's in such a healthy way of how that is even, you know, thought of. Like it's great.
You get to see a lot of interesting different places, right? So like some nice places, like I went to a billionaire's mansion not too long ago, a guy who was connected to the Titanic. And
saw
like
the thumbnail.
Yep.
You've seen the thumbnail. Like that place is gorgeous. Like every room is so uniquely done. And it's just like, man, how could a place like that be abandoned? Like it doesn't make any sense, but it is, right? Like clearly no one's really taking care of it. Nobody can afford to fix it at the very least, right? And it's just kind of sitting there rotting, and you get to see things like that and obviously share them with other people. And the cool thing is always like trying to find the next best place to do. It's like at the moment, I think it'd probably be the best place that the people that I was with, we all said the same thing. Like, this is the best abandoned place that we've ever been to, like quality wise.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Now it's like, okay, how do we top that realistically?
The Playboy Mansion.
The which one?
The Playboy Mansion. Have you seen?
I mean, if it was abandoned, right? I know there is one, but it's pretty messed up as far as I know.
Yeah, it's like, that's why I was, wait, there's more than one. I'm talking about the main one. It's the one that's like, yeah.
Now, I think this place is probably nicer than the Playboy Mansion. It's in its own way. Just the design architecture of it, right? And plus, it's so old too.
So I had a question: is what was the scariest place that you have gone to where you have like had something happen or done?
Oh man, there's been so many places, but two off the top of my head, I would say Letchworth Village Asylum is probably on the top of the list. The first time, it was the very first night. We knew it was going to be pretty scary, but also epic at the same time. And we had some crazy, crazy shit happen that night. I remember my friend literally getting choked out. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. You're being dramatic. You're exaggerating, whatever. He's like, no, dude, like legit. Like he literally got on his hands and knees and started praying. Like I've never seen him do that before. And it wasn't for show. Like this shit actually happened.
Whoa, that really got to him. Yeah.
The funny thing is that video actually made it #1 on Chill. So I don't know if you know the Chill channel.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah.
So that video actually made it to #1 on his list.
That's awesome.
Yeah, another place would be Kings Park Psychiatric. Just doing that place at night was just insane. Like things were happening that we couldn't explain. We were hearing noises. We were catching just all sorts of weird stuff all over the place. The vibes were just intense. Like literally imagine moving 200 miles per hour the entire time through that. Like that was, I don't know how else to describe the vibes, but those two places would probably take the #1, #2 places. I recently just did Letchworth Village again. I won't say what happened, but the first time was scary, but this time was actually even scarier.
So wait, so there's more places scarier than the Conjuring place. Like you guys were having a lot of shit happen. It seemed like even there, like you had you and one other guy had the same thing happening. You guys, I heard you talk about it in a completely different room, and he came in and said the exact same thing was happening to you.
So the interesting thing about the Conjuring house is when we got there, so it was me, my friend Mo, and Steve. So when we got there, we weren't even filming yet. Like we had our cameras were still in our bags. We walked through the front door, and I literally looked at Mo, and he turned and looked at me, and he said, "Do you feel that?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Whoa!" Like I don't know how else to describe it, but it was just like we're both kind of sensitive to it. So
right,
like Steve didn't much right away, but he had it kind of later on. But the entire time inside of that place, I felt like I had a fever for one. I felt like I was completely unbalanced, like I was almost kind of walking in a weird way, just off balance. Like my head felt like it was spinning, and oh man, that place was intense. But at the same time, like it was freaky and scary, and like we caught interesting stuff. But it almost felt, in a way, more playful and not as negative as per se as the asylums were.
Okay.
Like Letchworth and
So would you say that it was just more so intense rather than malevolent?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we were experiencing at Letchworth and Kings Park, especially recently at Letchworth, I could tell you whatever's there is definitely, it's not good. And it can be dangerous and it can be violent. Whereas at the Conjuring House, that could happen, but there hasn't really been too many stories of stuff like that happening, at least not since the Curran family was there. Now it almost kind of seems like, playful, like they're kind of almost messing with you in a way, especially now because they're more open to the public and so many people come in and out of the place. It's almost as if like the spirits or whatever's there kind of knows that and kind of likes to joke around with people.
Yeah, they probably dig it.
Yeah, this is kind of, they're like desensitized now. Almost.
Exactly. It's almost kind of like if you've ever seen the movie The Others, right?
Yeah.
Like,
we're big horror movie buffs, man.
Oh yeah. We're about it.
Like now you can now that you know you're dead, you can mess with people in the living world, right? So at least that's what I would do. Anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now so what I'm very curious about, because we are approaching an hour, but I want to get one more thing out of both of you, and I think this will be a good way to kind of land for everything. Is we'll start with Brent, and then we'll end with Angelo. But Brent, I'm curious, and it's the same question for both of you. Is as you said, you've done videos every day. You just, work do your like 9 to 5 thing, however many days in a row with some breaks without, depending on, like what your week looks like. But I'm curious as far as like anything big or if anything you can kind of give us a window into is what are you doing next, man? Like what's on your list next of things that you want to do?
I don't know. Right now, like I'm just trying to, dude, like it's just nuts. Like, I think I said this a lot last time where it's like, I don't know how to process any of this. Like, I don't know how to, I just hit the phone. Sorry, but I don't know. It's like, it's hard for me to like process anything that's going on. And it's like, I do my full day and then I'm done with my day. And I feel like I don't even have time to think about the future.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time to be like, oh, what's next? Like right now, I couldn't even imagine anything else happening right now. Like I just got an email today. I showed Angelo. It's like, get ready to meet your golden play button. It was from YouTube, and it's coming in the mail tomorrow. And it's like, that's gonna make me cry.
Dude, that's awesome.
Oh my God.
Actually, you know what? We're gonna do something that needs to be done right now for you guys. And to have this vibe of what Brent has just achieved. Ladies and gentlemen, he's about to get his gold play button.
That's amazing.
That is incredible, dude. Be happy about that. Be proud of that. That is something that very few people get to do. That is amazing.
Like I have the silver one on the wall right now, and I'm like, I still
don't need it. Throw it out.
I know.
You don't need it. Throw it.
Autograph it and send it to
me.
I'm dying.
People, they have like, I don't know. It's like they have time to process the stuff that's happened to them. Like I feel very like, I don't know. I feel like lucky, but I feel bad in a way. And I know that's like people are like, why would you feel bad? And it's like, because I see people out there that are putting so much work into their stuff. And I'm not saying I don't. I'm not saying I don't put work into my stuff and that whatever. But I see a lot of people, like Angelo, for example. Excuse me. He drove so long. He makes all these videos, and it's like, here I am sitting in my house opening a toy. And it's like, you look at some people, and it's like, yeah, no, duh, they put more work in. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's like I see people, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, they do a lot, and they do a lot of work, and I wish like the algorithm gods would bless them more than me.
I get it.
I don't know. It's like I never in my life expected anything like this to ever happen. I mean, dude. I mean, we didn't really touch upon where Angelo and I met. We met in a Facebook group on how to grow your YouTube channel.
Oh,
like,
okay.
And like, I think Angelo, I posted one of my videos in there, and he came over one day, and like, that's how we met. I
subscribed to one. It was one of your sketches like 2 years ago. I don't even remember which one. I just subscribed, and then one day you were live, so I was just in the chat or whatever, and then we started talking.
Yeah, and that's how we became friends. And it's like so funny, and that's like one thing I love about it is meeting people. I think it's amazing. But it's like I could never like tomorrow, like when the whole play button thing comes, like I'm not gonna process that. Like, and I think I talked to you about how I might get like my own studio space.
Yeah.
I didn't tell Angelo about this, but today I got approved for it. They said I can get the space.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
He told me we weren't going to say anything because we needed to make it public. So.
Yeah, like today I got the green light.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, congratulations, man.
That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And that's even like cool for if you guys wanted to come out. Like that's a cool place. It will be a place to film and to like have a studio space.
I told you, Kyle.
Yeah.
It's just like something different. It's like all this stuff is happening. I mean, I'm a college dropout now. Like
that should be the name of your first album.
I hate college. Oh my God. I hate it with all my heart. I know some people out there are like, oh, you finished. But it's like, whatever. Like, but I don't know. I don't know. Like you're saying like, what's next? I can't even like stay on track with my thoughts.
You're good.
I think my biggest thing with like what's next is just meeting people because I've made so many like friends.
Like this studio,
I know
it'll happen.
A lot of people come out during this, and they've reached out and they're not my friends and they've never been there for me. And they're like, oh, good job. Like one guy these guys from my grade I graduated with from high school. They're like, oh, bro, yeah, keep going, don't stop. And I'm like, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Like you never supported me. You made fun of me. People who bullied me have reached out to me. I'm like, are you not get this stuff? But you know what? The best thing to do is I don't even have to respond. I ignore them. And they should know from ignoring them, oh wait. Whoa, he didn't respond.
Well, maybe they'll listen to this podcast and figure it out.
Yeah.
There's people out there that I really care about. Like I said this last time. It's like, Kyle, you were there from like the beginning. I will sit down any day to do a podcast interview because you're not using me. You're not using Angelo. Like, we're doing an interview for fun.
It's honestly,
like, I've gotten 15 emails from people in like Indonesia that want to be my editor. No, you're not going to be my editor. I'm having a friend that I went to high school with. She's going to pick up on doing videos. She came over yesterday and watched me edit a video so she can kind of learn my style more. I'm going to help people that have helped me. I'm not going to help some random people that don't know me.
Right.
Like my friend that does my sticker design. She does my designs because I know her. She knows me. I'll help her along the way. Like I like helping people that have helped me or been there for me.
Right.
I'm not about like, oh, well, guess what? You're my friend now. Okay. Oh, here. That's friends. Like, I don't know. I've made a lot of friends through this. Like I've known you for years now, but I do want to come out to Ohio. I brought that up today. Family. I'm like, hey, I'm going to head out to Ohio one of these days. I just want to meet people because it's fun to talk on the phone. It's fun to text. It's fun to comment on each other's videos when it comes to a lot of people I've met. When you physically sit there and you meet them and you make connections, it's a lot. It's better, in my opinion. I mean, it is
absolutely.
But
that's honestly like the main thing I'm thinking about is that like when you're here, man, is that we're just going to do what we normally do. We're just going to make some killer dinner, have a fire and just chill outside and just do our thing and just, make some videos and do some TikToks and just do stuff like that. Like it's just going to be a normal thing. And like, that's like, Eric and I always say this to everybody that comes over. I'm like, sorry, like it doesn't get much more exciting than this. We're really chill. Like it just is.
But no, like with you having the studio, I told him, I said, dude, I will pay for the tolls and like a full tank of gas. Like I guess I said last time, I love Pittsburgh. And now that you have a space and whatnot, like this is really perfect, man. And even with Angelo, like I want to talk to this dude.
As a finished bathroom, a nice space. Like I want. Oh my God, I'm looking so forward to it.
I'm so happy for you, man. That's so amazing with just everything that you've done and grown.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
Weird. I think I said last time in the last podcast, like I have a hard time being proud of myself. I think I said that. It's like I do. Like it's hard for me to be like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank. Like there's people out there be like, oh, thank you so much. Like I know, yeah, thanks. Like, I can't even, like I can't even like I don't know, just like nuts. Like literally, it's so crazy.
I think you'll never get past that because of the fact of you don't look at it that way. So everything that you get, as far as like of an achievement like that, it's just you're so grateful. You don't know how to process it because it's not the reason you're doing it.
It's like, Eric, every day it's something else. Like, do you know Mr. Beast?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
He he stitched one of my TikToks the other day.
That is ridiculous. Like Mr. Beast has been a titan for so long, and it's
Mr. Oh, sorry, I thought he said LA Beast.
No, it doesn't.
No, I love LA Beast.
I was like, wait, what?
The LA Beast is awesome. Kevin is just Kevin.
Cheers.
I'm empty, but cheers. Yeah. So, but no, it's just it's we've said this many times before. Is that it's
dumb. This loser from Pittsburgh. Like, it just makes me laugh. I'm like, oh my God. Like, Mr. Beast ditched a video of mine. Like, I was in New York at a diner with, his name's Jorge. He's the horchata guy. I was like, oh my God. Because one of my TikTok friends, James, he texted me, he said, hey, congrats on Mr. Beast ditching your video. That will help. And I'm like,
what? Yeah.
What? And then I go to Mr. Beast's page, and there's the thumbnail of my stupid face in my kitchen. And I'm like, I look up at Jorge, I'm like, Mr. Beast just stitched my video of opening.
Of opening what?
So what's next? I don't know. Maybe someday I'll do a video of Mr. Beast. Who knows?
All right.
I don't know what's next.
Yeah.
All right.
Every day something shocking happens that I can't process. I'm beyond thankful for everything that's happened to me. I'm so thankful for my friends, my true friends that have been here and that accept the craziness.
Absolutely.
God, like Angelo lives in Canada. It makes me sad because like we're close. And I do, it's nice to have it's nice to have content creator friends. As goofy as that sounds, but only so many people understand. So many people understand what it's like when you get a notification from YouTube. It's like, oh, looking shitty. This video is performing bad. You suck. Like it sucks. Like no, you tell your mom or your dad or your brother, they're like, who cares? It's just a video. But it's like, no, it's my livelihood. Like that's how I live. Like every day. It's nice to have friends that literally they do this every day. And I've met so many amazing people, and I'm looking forward to not going back to school so I can take advantage of this time to travel and meet people and make videos. But more than that, make connections with people that will hopefully last a lifetime. Like I was joking around with my girlfriend Carly. I'm like, our wedding is going to be filled with just a ton of TikTokers and YouTube.
Yeah, everybody's going to have their phones
like,
out.
Yeah.
People are going to be like, wait, is that a TikTok convention? No, that's a wedding.
No, Brent and Carly are just getting married. That's all it is. Okay, sign up sheets are over there.
So wedding would that be? No.
Yeah.
And then Carly said, she's like, well, I better meet all these people first. And I'm like,
That's great.
No.
Like, Angelo, I haven't seen him this
year. Seriously. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, so that was my answer. Sorry, it was a long run on.
No, you're good. No,
you're great.
This is what I want, man. Is that it's the.
That's why we did it a little earlier because we knew it would take a little bit. Yeah,
well,
we love it.
That's the thing is that I've said this many times before was that the original name of the podcast was what I wanted was the Fly on the Wall podcast, which there is already one that is named that. And but that's really what I want this to be is that it's the culmination of the ADHD minds and just, serious conversations, funny conversations, deep, non-deep, talking about farts or like whatever else. Like it's the Cave Cast. It's whatever it is, man. So it's
you and Devin talked about your shit stories on my channel.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys really want this on the internet forever, dude, for real. All right.
Click away, people. You can see our most embarrassing moments, but, no, so it's the truth, man. It's the best.
Imagine me being there in person, doing a live popsicle opening in person.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That's going to happen, guys.
It will.
That's going to happen, guys. Don't worry.
Next time I come in from Canada, we have to go there in person.
Yeah,
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. What area of Ohio?
It's like 2.5 hours.
Like Cleveland?
Basically,
yeah. It's we're not going to get too specific on here, but yeah.
Let me just say from our mother's doorstep to where Kyle used to live to basically Peters Township was 2 hours even with traffic. So that should tell you something.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do it in person then.
Yeah, because there's trust me, we could have a lot of fun with that. It would be really great, and just I think that it's like even how you said it the other night was that it's just the idea of even if nothing is filmed, it's just getting to experience it. Like,
I don't even care. I don't even care even if Angelo doesn't get to come, but Brent comes first. I don't care if there's nothing filmed. Brent just seems like somebody that's fun to hang out with.
Yeah, it's like just both of you guys just have the.
We don't need to use them for any type of content creating at all. Like this is just going to be fun.
I just want to make you guys some steaks. That's all. Like that's all I want to do. You know. So like it's
and just play video games on one of our many 55-inch TVs.
It's a long story. It's not flexing. It's way better than it sounds.
Yeah, I didn't mean it like that, but yes.
So, but no, it's getting to just meet you guys and getting to like just have this community in, you know, this wild west of, you know, just videos is just incredible. And it's, you know, just being able to, you know, understand like, you know, man, it's like, this is like how this stuff works and how everything, like how each individual like person does their thing. And it's just, it's incredible. So moving forward though, I am very curious. So as far as Angelo is concerned, like, obviously I know if you want to keep some stuff, some secret, but like, you know, what, like if there is anything that you can tell us, you know, maybe if it's vague, like what are you getting into? What does the future hold for you? Like, you know, what are you excited about? What are some stuff that you want to try? Like what's going on with that, man?
So right now I'm kind of working on developing like a certain style, the way I do my videos, which I think coming here was a bit of a good experiment, a good way to try and get a feel for doing that. I've always been kind of known as like a little bit of a storyteller. So I like kind of trying to tell a story with my videos, whether it's one video or a series of videos. And what I kind of want to do is I want to incorporate things like, you know, it doesn't always have to be abandoned. It doesn't always have to be haunted. I want to do a lot of interesting sort of travel experience type videos, whether it's like extreme travel, like, you know, going and spending 5 days in North Korea just to see what it's like, see how the people live and share that world. I would love to do that. I've always been really, really into that. I would do one day, and this has been sort of an avenue and kind of getting ready for that. But also mixing it up with, you know, obviously the typical stuff, the people that originally came on board with the channel for, which would be the abandoned haunted stuff, right? Excuse me. Oh, geez.
Bless you. Jeez. Fucking Christ, son. Calm down. Get yourself a Claritin.
I think next year, now they're slowly starting to open back up. Planning on doing more traveling. So talking to a friend doing Taiwan because he's from there, so you could show me around. He's got a lot of really cool haunted places, whatever. Even just traveling in general there would be cool. I really want to go back to Japan. I thought that was probably one of the best experiences ever. But yeah, we'll see what else. Maybe Europe. I don't know yet. Things kind of change day to day sometimes. I got one week. It's like, okay, I'm going to Italy. So you never quite know with me.
That's really cool.
That's incredible, man. Like the fact that you've been able to just go anywhere is it's so impressive.
Yeah, like coming here to spending the last 3 months before coming here. Brent knows, like I would tell him every day, I'm like, I got to get the F out of Canada. Like it's so stressful. Everything's always locked down. I can't do anything. Like work is stressful. Like I'm losing my creative juices. Like I don't know what to do. I'm like, I got to find a way to come there, like, and get my car down there as well. And I kept telling him, I'm going to do it. And then one day I'm like, all right, I'm booking it. It's done. I'm coming for 3 months at the very least.
That's awesome. For 3 months. That's awesome, man. And, like you set a goal and you did it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way you got to do things. And one thing I've always learned is you got to be very goal oriented, right? So if you don't have a goal in sight, then it's out of mind, right? If you don't write it down and you don't see it every single day, it won't happen. And that's just kind of what drives me. I have goals, and for me, I really want to travel. That's all I want to do. I want to see the world.
Man. That's beautiful.
Make content that people can enjoy, whether it's very serious or whether it's fun and just humorous the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I'm just the fact that we've been able to just catch you when you're with Brent and just being able to have this conversation with you guys.
Really cool.
This was great. I think that in one way, shape, or form, we'll either have you both on or individually again, or like however it happens. We are seriously considering about having Brent down here on the podcast physically as we've talked.
So it's seriously considering it's happening.
So it's like it's what I'm saying is just like we're moving into the next stage. You know, it's going to happen. You know, so it's going to happen. It's 100% going to happen.
There you go. There you go, Kyle.
But the thing is that it's like this show is going to evolve, and we're going to get to connect with just, you know, people on a, you know, personal level, and then also just whether it's, you know, a personal level through phone or in person, it's going to be awesome. Just do like Angelo, Brent, thank you guys for just taking the time and just talking with us tonight. Like we understand your time is valuable, and we really, really appreciate it. So just thank you so much. Individually, starting with, we'll start with Angelo. Is there anything that you, want to tell the audience? Maybe it's something you want to tell about, you know, like plugging something, or you just want to like say something,
like your next video that's coming out, or what you're doing. Yeah.
And typical as like Hot Ones would say, Hot Ones fashion, this is your, you know, moment. You can basically say whatever you want, man. So it's like, what do you got for the fans and for the public?
I guess just don't forget to smash the like button on this podcast, of course.
Thank you.
Of course, go and check out the channel Exploring with Angelo for, you know, cool abandoned, haunted videos, travel, strange places, that sort of thing.
All right, awesome. And
what plug? Oh my God, cut that out, please. You cut out my F-bomb last time.
It was so digitized, I don't think you can even hear it. So.
Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said?
No.
You said, what do you want to plug? And I said, my butt.
Hey, you know what? That is it. That is
I got where it's at.
Yes.
I looked.
What time was it?
1 hour and 9 minutes.
Got it. Okay. Starting fresh, Mr. Brent, what would you like to plug? That's not a or thing. Yeah.
Do my outro, Kane. Thank you all so much for listening to the Cavecast. Go ahead and check my website at www.brenttelevision.com for merch and random stuff like that. Go follow my Instagram for absolutely no reason at Brent Television. Go check out Angelo TV on Instagram. He posts silly pictures. Kyle right shaved his beard. I don't know why. I missed it. I wanted to stroke my fingers through it. And then Eric has a giant glass that he drinks beer out of. Is it beer? What is that?
It's beer.
It is a part of the Logger clan, as it were. So, but guys, hey, thank you guys so much. We're gonna go ahead and sign off with you guys. I'm gonna hang this guy up, and Eric and I are gonna go ahead and close this out. So, just thank you guys so very much. Enjoy your Titanic, and let it be as beautiful as it was the first time that you saw it. So, Angelo, it was great to actually like talk to you and get to meet you over the phone. This was incredible. Thank you, man, so very much. This whole experience was awesome. Just thank you guys.
Absolutely. And they both could have fit on the door.
I don't know what he just said.
They both could have fit on the door. They're watching Titanic.
They both could have fit on the door. That's right.
Fuck that bitch.
Ready? Can I do just one last quick? I have the first few notes of the film down. Ready?
Yes, go for it.
There we go. That was it.
All right, brother. You go ahead. You guys enjoy your night. We'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks, dude. Nice talking to you.
Adios.
Bye.
Well, guys, this has been the Cavecast with Angelo and Brent. And Eric, is there anything you would like to say to take us out in the proper way? Anything else?
Honestly, no. I think this was probably one of the coolest things we ever did. I thought we were done way before that. My bad, Thorbus.
They're good.
Watch out, buddy. My dog and his giant head. But no, that went really good. Yeah. I really hope that I get to explore with this Angelo one day, even if it's not the catacombs, because this dude does stuff that like I kind of want to do. And if he's around this frequently,
yeah,
I can make that happen. So, all right, guys, we appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate you hanging out this long. And just like they said, if you enjoyed what you heard and what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Adios, guys.
My giant mug.